Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Realness with 3 S's. I'm your host, Chantele Francis, here with my co-host, Janelle, for Summer House Martha's Vineyard, episode 7, recap and review. How you doing, Janelle?
I'm doing great today. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. I can't believe that we're actually coming to the end. I guess there's only
I
going to be 8
know.
episodes because this
Yes.
is the penultimate episode, seemingly.
One more season finale, they said. So let's keep our fingers crossed that we get another season.
I feel like we're going to. For some reason, it seems like because they filmed it last August, right?
Yep.
So there's still time for them to make that announcement.
Mm-hmm.
And it seemed like, well, kind of spoiler alert, at the end of this episode, Shanique's like, I can't wait to come back to the Vineyard next summer.
Yes.
So she said that, well, keep it in if, you know what I mean? Like, if she's coming, fine. But like, if she's not gonna, if they're not filming it, why would they keep that in? So
True.
I'm thinking that is why they left it in, because there's going to be a renewal.
I'm hoping so.
So let's get to this episode. We're back to Shanice and her boobs on the balcony.
It didn't get as bad as I thought. Everybody was like, they're like, and she was chill about it. She's like, I'm just trying to have a good time.
Seriously.
Like she always is. Like that's just her nature. That's just her spirit.
And like, she's not, in my opinion, she just wasn't trying to be sexy. She's just trying to be like silly and lighten up the mood. And people were taking it quite a bit more seriously than I would have taken it.
Yeah. I think more than she would have. She was intending them to take it. She was like, I hope this is a lot less serious next time, because that's just, yeah.
Absolutely. Well, do you think that next time maybe Jasmine will be single?
Yes. I hope I'm wrong, but yes.
I mean, I hope that he becomes the man that I would want her to be with.
Yeah, I hope that watching this back is a moment of reflection on how he can improve.
I don't know though. Do we know how old he is?
I would guess late 20s, early 30s if I had to guess, but sometimes he acts like he's 50. In my opinion, like I don't know.
Agreed. I think it was Jasmine though that yelled, "Get dressed, Shanice."
Yes, she did. She didn't like that.
Well, and Shanice is not going to apologize for being her, but then we get cut to a conversation with her and Bria where she does apologize for being naked with Simon.
Yeah, I think that once Bria expressed how she felt, regardless of what they did in the past, this is how she feels now with her boyfriend. Okay, whatever. And she's willing to respect it. You can't expect anything else out of anybody. She handled it perfectly.
But also, I think they both realized that they were kind of in a bit of a blackout. So they were quite intoxicated. And so reason and logic kind of went out the window at that point.
Absolutely. And I hope, or it seems at least Bria took that a little bit into consideration since she was willing to drop it after all that.
Absolutely. So Shanice finally gets her clothes on and arrives at the dinner. And we get the clips of her thinking that would have been funny, but it wasn't. But there's flashes. She flashes the cameraman in the truth booth.
I'm like, she's just silly. She's just up for a good time. That's
it's funny. I know so many naked people, so it's just like I know so many people like Shanice.
I do not, because I'd probably be the one like, I'm not gonna look.
Yeah, no, I know so many naked people. There's a lot of them. I guess maybe, is it a Canadian thing? Like, I don't know, but I just know a lot of people that are always naked.
Oh, not me.
Be like, where am I?
I would just look away. Like, fine, if you want to be naked, have fun. But
well, like, there used to be like, I never did this, but I know this like really rich dude that used to have people out on his boat, and like everybody would just go to his boat and be like topless and drinking. You know what I mean? Like your face, oh my God.
I'm sorry.
I didn't like this person, so I just like, I'm like, I don't want to be topless on his boat, but I know a lot of people that were used to just go topless on his boat. just do it. Just do it.
Like hooking up?
No.
Or just topless?
Just like, he's having people on his boat and they would just go topless.
Oh, whatever floats your boat.
Guess so.
Floated his boat.
So, okay, this conversation so Jasmine kind of brings up the situation that Alex is not really happy with Shanice, and it's about the whole thing about her
Ex.
and how she reacted and acted and what he found when he Googled her. Now, if you were going to go on the Summer House, would you Google everybody?
I'm Googling everybody. I think that is not abnormal. I think that sometimes I run across names and I automatically check if they have Facebook. Like, I want to know. I want to see what they look like. I want to know a little bit about the people that I am going to meet. I do not find that abnormal at all. That is the day and age that we live in, and it's odd when you can't find them when you look them up. You know what I mean? Like, it's odd
if I can't find somebody, then I'm like, what are you hiding?
Yes, where are you? Everybody has some form of social media, so it kind of gave like weird vibes, but I think that's normal in 2023.
Well, okay, I think it's normal to potentially Google someone. If I'm like interested in like, if I was going on the show, I would look up everybody and be like, okay, that person. Okay, yeah, okay, that's person.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what that person's going to be like, just to kind of prepare myself.
Yeah.
It's kind of like if I was working on a movie or a TV show, I would look up the rest of the cast, the director, some producers, what they've worked on. So I would do my homework and look at the rest of the cast that was going to be on the season. But I don't think that I would judge somebody on an article or articles that were about their ex.
Exactly. You know. Agreed. I might judge them on some things that they said personally, like on their accounts, on Facebook, on Twitter. I might make assumptions based off of that, but certainly not an article like that where it's on blogs and people weighing it, because you don't know. And as we learned when she explained the situation, it wasn't necessarily, at least from her vantage point, what he was saying or what he thought. You know what I mean? So you shouldn't take that and run with it.
Well, absolutely. And like, if I came across something that I like, I would wait till I got to know them a little bit better and be like, oh my God, I need to talk to you about this, because like, this is what came, like, obviously I Googled everybody. This is what came up. Like, I don't want to think a type of way about you. So if you want to offer any information or explanation as to what happened, just so like I can not have any unfounded judgments, just like, please, let's have this conversation. Like, I would totally have the conversation.
And that was what you said was the perfect lead into the conversation, and that's all he needed to do. Like, come on, Alex. But I'm not surprised.
I Googled you.
Yeah.
This came up and it made me feel a type of way.
Yeah. Simple.
Simple.
But I don't know what I would like if he said I Googled this and it made me feel some type of way. I don't know if I would like that. Just ask me. Don't tell me what you think of me because of it. Just ask me, you know?
Right. But like, I could see him feeling type of way just because it seems like the man was the victim in this situation, and so he's taking a victim position. Like, as a woman, if I came across it, I'd be like, what the hell went down there, girl? You know, but it would be different than as a guy being like, what the hell went down there, girl? You know what I mean? So like, I'm not a guy, so I don't know what the best way to actually approach it would be, but
also, I thought it was weird how he left the table like that. I don't feel safe.
When he left the table, I don't feel safe. Like, he is so whack to me. Like, he's top of my. I think he's more whack than Nick is. Like, I don't know. They're fighting for number one position of whack, but like, or corny, whatever you want to say. But like, I don't feel safe. Like, I understand all these buzzwords. I am in a healing space. Like, I do hypnotherapy. I do life coaching. Like, I read cards and astrology and stuff like that. So I'm definitely in many counseling like situations where you're working one-on-one with somebody. And so I've used a lot of these buzz phrases and like feeling safe. We want you to have your safe zone, and I want to hold space for you. Like, I've used all this type of terminology. But for me, it feels like Alex uses them to be self-righteous. And it really, really grinds my gears.
Yeah, when he said that, I was like, oh, come on. This is not even what do you mean you're unsafe? You obviously had a problem with whatever you read. You were talking to it about the other house guests, so talk to it about her. But now when they bring it up, you're unsafe. Like, get out of here.
I feel unsafe. Why? Because like people are actually asking you to defend your judgments.
Yeah.
I feel unsafe that you're asking me to like take accountability for what I said.
Yeah, I'd like to see what he's like in a relationship conflict because I can't imagine.
If I were Summer, I'd be like, ooh, turn off. How much of a turn off?
Yeah, I'm
sorry if you can't handle like defending your own comments. That's weak sauce to me. I don't know.
Where are we going from here? Like, how do you work through conflict in a relationship?
Is this Kappa vibes? Like,
I won't go that far. I will not go that
People
far.
People are gonna come for me.
Yeah, yes, they will.
I don't know anything about this. I'm just throwing this in as a joke. Oh, but yeah, I don't feel safe. He's just I'm gonna write him off a little bit at this point. So and Shanice was right to know, why is Alex playing victim now? Like, so now like, oh, like now I need to like take accountability for what I said and people want me to answer. And now he feels unsafe and gets to go cry. Like, it's just
whack.
It's whack.
Whack.
When anybody makes it about them after like the whole situation actually had nothing to do with them. And it seems as though Shanice was planning on explaining the situation to everybody because she must have got wind that everybody had been discussing it. We see Alex bring it up to a group of people and it's like 6 people. They're like bing, 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 bringing the receipts with the 6 people that were having this conversation without Shanice.
Yes.
And it seems like Alex was always the one that was bringing up the situation.
100%.
I mean, also, why didn't maybe I don't know, shouldn't necessarily put everything on Preston, but Preston is somebody that seems to be able to approach things really well. Like I wish that Preston just went, Shanice, can you just like clear the air with everybody about this? I don't know what happened. I don't really care, but like it's negative gossip about you, and if you want to just like set the record straight, like can you do it, please? Because I don't want to have these conversations without you anymore.
Yeah, or Alex, go ask Shanice. You talk to
Alex doesn't feel safe. And remember, he doesn't want to be close to her because she might touch him.
Oh God!
Right?
Yeah.
I don't want you in my zone. So, what did that whole situation have to do with her not being in his physical space?
I don't know. He's a weirdo. He whack and weird a little bit.
Whack and weird. Oh my God! Is that going to be our hashtag for this episode? Whack and weird.
Let's do it. Whack and weird. Whack and weird behavior.
This episode is coming from hashtag whack and weird behavior. Whack and weird for sure. So finally he returns and then all of a sudden it was resolved. I'm like, what? It got resolved.
Yeah.
I think we missed
it. It seemed like he was gone for 30 seconds.
Yeah. And then he came back. It was resolved. They all cheers. And I was like, huh? I mean, it must have been a cut. There's no way that it was resolved that quickly.
I agree.
But they did resolve it. And then Alex again is poking at Jordan's sexuality inside the house. And Jordan mentions, like, she's kind of snuggling up against Preston. And he said something to the effect of, oh, like, you shouldn't have, what did he say? You shouldn't have any men in your room? Or
are you and Preston hooking up? Are you, like, I don't even know why that was a joke, but it suggested that Preston and Jordan were hooking up, which is obviously not happening. But and that pushed Jordan through the roof.
Absolutely. And she is
let it go.
Exhausted from being labeled by men, and she's just tired and she wants some respect. And it was really actually what she's saying. I totally understand where she's coming from.
Me too.
Because she, as far as my understanding, is that she was feeling disrespected for the fact that just because she has been in sexual situations before, it's like that the men in the house that we've seen, she's felt that it's a free reign for her to be sexualized at any given moment.
Right.
Like she said that she's celibate for over a year. Why are you calling her a liar because she's cuddling up against another man, like on a couch, like in a completely platonic situation?
Yes, he clearly doesn't want her.
No, not at all. He's in a relationship. He's gonna have a pride party this episode, so he's not feeling her. I don't think.
I think for Jordan, it's probably this situation, hearing that Amir claimed her, and that feeling frustrated that other people maybe didn't get to know her because Amir claimed her. And I think it probably stems from way before getting in this house, just a buildup of things that happened to her. She's often sexualized because she appeared in Playboy. One doesn't equate to the other. It doesn't
Absolutely.
make her.
And from what I've seen of Alex, it seems like the only way he knows how to judge women is through their sexuality. And so it's kind of like any sort of sexuality things that comes up, like he's first to have a comment about it.
Yeah,
And
especially
it's
to her.
bothersome.
Yeah, yeah. And I don't think that necessarily they intended it that way, but and once she even said like expressed having a problem with Amir claiming her, I hadn't even like contemplated it in that way. But when she expressed it, I was like, spot on. I completely understand how you would feel that way and how she felt disrespected slightly by that. But it never even occurred to me as a woman, maybe because I've been married for 25 million years, but you know what I mean? Like it just didn't occur to me.
Well, and I think though it's because she's not interested in Amir. I think if she was interested in Amir, she might have not been as maybe put off by it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because like if someone I was interested in said like, "Hey man, hands off, she's mine," like I'd
You'd
be
be
like,
like, yeah. Yeah.
like not that like I want to be claimed in that way, but like to have somebody that was direct and clear about their interest and pursuit,
Yeah.
I'm into that forwardness,
Yeah.
And so if I didn't like the person, I'd be like, why are you claiming me? I didn't ask for this.
That's a really good point. And she's obviously not into Amir like that. And that probably weighed into her feeling that way. And you make a really good point. You think about that either, Chantele. Like, yeah, if she liked him, it'd be gung ho probably.
Yeah, of course. Be like, you're claiming me, you're staking your claim, you're pissing on the tree, and I'm the tree. Like she would be, it would be a completely different way to view the situation with
1000%.
Amir.
Yes.
I do think though that we have flashbacks of Alex calling her thick and like other things.
The tennis match, like you're not playing sexy enough. He wanted her to moan while he.
And then she was saying though, like, I never come for you for your values or your beliefs or like what you're doing. And I think what she was feeling is that because she is celibate for this past year, that she's not allowed, that she must be lying. Yeah. Right? Like it's like, oh, she must still be sexual. Like there's no, that's like, I just feel like he thinks that she's lying about the celibacy for whatever reason. And that's why he can like poke fun interest. I don't know. Hashtag whacking weirdo.
Yeah.
Sorry, Alex.
More of that. Yeah. While I didn't like that Amir stormed off, I think that he was just maybe like, dang, thinking what you were saying, all I did was like express interest in her, and now I've offended her and she's all upset, she's emotional. So I didn't like that he stepped away, but I'm glad that he came back. And I thought that the two of them had a good resolution in the conversation. And I think by the end of it, she was okay.
Yeah, for sure. I think the reason why he stepped away is because it seemed as though she was anti-hetero male in that moment. And I think that he didn't want to come across as maybe overpowering in like a dominance male sort of way, and so I think he was trying to like lessen himself and like step away from the situation to not look like him and Alex were just like gonna be coming at her and like defending themselves, you know what I mean? So that's why I think that he did it, but I agree with you. I'm happy with the resolution. Well, Jasmine beforehand, though, goes to comfort Jordan because she does hear that she's crying. And you see Amir goes to talk to his friend Brandon about the situation.
Right.
So he did need a little bit of time as well.
Yeah, I think he was upset because I like the way it was received. It's
basically being like, he knows that if she was into him, she would have liked that.
Yeah, and it's basically like you said, like, oh, this girl really ain't into me. All I was trying to do was express interest and get to know her. And here we are. So I think he was a little bit upset too, like mad upset That's how I felt anyway. I think he just needed to step away, like gather himself,
We'll also
calm down.
realize that like he literally just got like
Friend zone.
turned down, friend zone. Yeah. Like
Yep.
blatantly.
Hey,
Hi,
Glenda.
Glenda. Thank you for being here. So we see Summer schooling Nick in pool. Amir is rather somber. Alex comes in and kind of, oh, sorry, Glenda has a point here. So Glenda's saying that Playboy also plays part in her always feeling sexualized. Absolutely. And I understand that, but you're not always in the, in the space to be sexualized just because you did one thing at one point. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's like you're not always a sexual being for male gratification.
Yeah, but
Not
I think
always.
she's feeling that way, unfortunately.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's because people think that it's a green light.
Yes.
Because she did this.
Yeah.
And so I think that that's what she's coming to terms with, is that like, just because I did this doesn't mean that I always feel sexy, that I always want to be objectified. It doesn't mean that I always want to have the male gaze. I did it once and it doesn't mean that I'm always feeling in that space. I get it.
I was cracking up though when Bria said, "You Google Jordan and you find naked." I was like, "Damn, Bria, it's true." But like,
did you Google her?
I did not, but I'm sure it's true. I'm sure it's true. But I was like, it just made me chuckle when she said that. Like, you Google her and there it is. Oh gosh.
So when Amir came into them playing pool and Amir was kind of upset, still, like just kind of like thinking about the whole situation. Alex still didn't even, in my opinion, understand where Jordan was coming from. He's just kind of like, oh, she just kind of, threw everything on you because you were right there. But really, she was mad at me, but like you were next in line. So she kind of dumped on you. And I was like,
he don't get it.
I mean, maybe a little bit, but like that's not the whole thing. Did you not hear anything that she said?
Right. That's how I felt too. Hopefully he's watching. He's like in gains of full understanding, but he's on my nerves.
Yes. So Silas thinks that Jordan and Amir should talk. And they do have the conversation that you were mentioning before, where Amir just says, "I just really just wanted to protect you, and I'm sorry that my actions came across a different way." And they end up hugging, and she's giving him a little half hug, and he's like, "Give me a real hug," and she does. And I think they're friend zoned, but they're good.
Yeah, I love that part. I like that they ended on a good note.
Absolutely. We see Nick and Amir bugging Preston at night. I thought that was cute. I like just seeing when people get along and like, they're just kind of interacting like normal people. And then I wrote down morning dash WTF, tied to go, ironing. What is going on in this relationship?
Yeah.
Have you ever been yelled at by your husband for misironing his pants?
No, he irons his own pants, for one. Two, he wouldn't raise his voice at me. Like, I don't know. Like, we don't really scream at, or if we are, it's not like screaming at me. We're maybe talking. I don't know. We don't have that dynamic at all. If he's ironing something, I'll say, "Here, do my shirt," or vice versa. But we generally iron our own clothing. There's no real role that one is. I mean, one might do something more than the other. I might wash laundry more. He might take the garbage out more, but there's no like specific role. There wouldn't have been that conversation. I just know that much. Like, if that wouldn't have happened.
I was like, man, I would not want to be in a relationship or / marriage with this person. Like, it seems like my life sucks. Like, I like doing things for people, like acts of service and giving gifts. Receiving gifts is like my love languages, so that's probably how I would feel most comfortable doing things for other people, because that's what I enjoy and makes me feel loved. Right. So if the person that I'm ironing their pants because I think it's going to make them feel loved because I'm doing this act of service, and all of a sudden I'm not doing it well enough for them, like I would completely shut down. I'd be like, screw you, do your own shit. Right. I'm not doing that for you anymore. Like, and I'm not taking any of your lip with it.
Right. Completely agree. I just, like I said,
And wear another pair of fucking pants.
I think he didn't want her to iron them. That's the problem. But
He's rude.
yeah, same, Glenda.
Disrespectful to his wife on camera. Like, it's just like, you could, I mean, not that you should be that way, but like, okay, maybe it's one thing being that way, like behind the scenes, but like on camera, and I don't know if it was now or later when, I think it was later, but Jasmine does say, like, I'm going to open this door so people can hear how you're speaking to me. The cameras are there, Jasmine. Don't worry. We can hear him. He's going to be embarrassed.
I hope so. I'm gonna have to look. I want to see if he has a Twitter. I hope he's watching this. Like, damn, I could have.
Embarrassing. I would be mortified. Mortified.
Me too. 1000%. It's like part of. I know they're newlyweds, but it's like they still don't know each other or something. Like, know what the other one expects. Like later we see it with the meal. We'll talk about that later, but it's like they don't know each other. They don't know what the other one wants or expects, or I don't know. I know they're newlyweds, but it seems like y'all just started dating. You know, like I feel like they should know some of the.
But they don't even seem like they like each other at this point.
I know.
Right? Like,
yes.
I don't know. Other than like some sex scenes, a couple episodes, like other than that, like it just seems that they're disliking each other more and more and more and more, and like they're on vacation, they should be liking each other more and more and more.
Yeah, like let go of the reins a little bit, Silas. Forget your damn breakfast, the ironing of the pants, the routine that you're so stuck on.
Oh God, like he's the worst. Preston calls his partner Donald, and he talks that he's going to be hosting us a pride party. He's going to be making some soul food. So I'm looking forward to Preston having his night that he gets to host for the other house guests.
Yep.
Alex calls his brother, and they're both in the music industry, and they bond through songs. And so there's going to be Lux on the Bluffs is what they're going to be having for the finale. It better be good, because I cringe when things are just mediocre or if people think that they're better than they are. And I hope it's good, because it seems like his brother's going to be coming into the Vineyard and they're going to be doing some live music of an hour and a half of their songs.
I bet you it's horrible.
I don't think it's going to be horrible.
I do.
But isn't he the one that's John Mayer's cousin?
Oh, they did say that. Oh, maybe it won't be.
I hope they have a good producer, hopefully, since he's in the family. Please. But like, I don't know. He doesn't have like, I don't know if the music that he makes is going to be something that I'm going to want to like groove to, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I can't even, like, I don't know what his musical taste would even be.
It's going to be like soul, no? Like R&B?
I don't know. Something whack is what I think, but I guess we'll see.
It's going to be R&B, but like, he doesn't even have like any bend in his body weight. He's just like stiff as a board.
Did you see him do that dance later?
We're coming to it. We are getting there.
I was thinking of you the entire time.
I told you, I called it. I'm like, not into that man because I know he can't dance. So Jordan calls her dad. A lot of phone calls this episode about the whole situation, about, feeling objectified and all that stuff. And we learned that she's daddy's little girl, and then her mom passed away when she was 16 years old. And so that's also probably something that she's reckoning with, because she never really had a mother figure there at the time when she's becoming a woman. And so she probably has just a different understanding of what it feels like to be a woman. And so I think that that's also probably why she's felt like this all came up, because she probably just like, there's like a gap, right?
Yeah, 16 is so young. It's such a formative time for a young woman. So I was sad to hear that for her, like sad for her for that moment.
Absolutely. So we learned about soul food a little bit, coming from slavery, and that it was kind of the leftovers from what was made for the people in the homes and the estates or whatever.
Makes perfect sense.
It definitely makes perfect sense.
Pig feet, chitlins, neither of which I will touch.
You won't touch them. Why?
No, well, pig's feet, like if it was in something, like I'm not just gonna eat one. If it's in like greens or something, okay. But them chitlins, have you
I don't
had
know.
them?
I don't think so.
Do you know what they are?
Is it intestine?
Yes.
I mean,
We
I've
can leave
had
that with the
intestine
pig.
in my life, but not like soul food vibes.
Mm-mm. There's no. Mm-mm,
Why? Why?
Chantele.
What? Tell me why.
It's disgusting, in my opinion. Like it just tastes. I don't like the texture, like the smell when they're cleaning them. Like no, to me there is nothing that you could possibly do to make those appetizing. Like there's a show. I'm sorry to go off track. Diners, dive-ins, and drives. Have you heard of this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he went to some soul food restaurant one time, and they gave that man chitlins. All he said was, "That's interesting." Yeah, yes, that's like no affinity for those.
Well,
None. Don't.
because for the most part, like the Black culture in Canada comes through the Caribbean. Now there may be different types of slavery that happened in the Caribbean when people were coming over here and taking over,
Yeah.
but or like in the Caribbean. But so we don't really have soul food as part of our past, as
Yeah.
I know, or the soul food is different.
Yeah.
Um, so I've never been to the South. And so, yeah, I've never really had soul food.
Yeah. Everybody has their own interpretation of it too. I told you I went to Essence Fest a couple years ago. I tried gumbo and a whole bunch of local dishes, red beans and rice, and everybody has their own version. I don't think there's one like set thing
Well,
that
I'm just
is soul
thinking that
food.
this like soul food, I guess in Jamaica would be rice and peas and maybe I don't know, ackee and saltfish. I don't know, curry goat. Like I don't know. I'm trying to think.
Oh.
Glenda's saying that her family loves chitlins and pig feet, but she's never tried them. My ex was Asian and they ate tripe, which is chitlins and but made it differently.
Mm-mm. I'm with you, Glenda. It's not so much made in my family anymore. It used to be a couple years, like when I was a kid, certain family members that aren't around anymore. But the smell, like just the smell alone. And I'm not even one of those texture smell type persons. I'll pretty much try anything, not the O's.
Not the what?
Not those, not
Not
chitlins.
those.
It's just like not those.
Well,
Mm-mm.
but there's no soul food restaurants that I know of in Toronto, so I don't know if I'm gonna ever get to any. Try
Yeah.
any.
When you
Like
come
I've
to the
never had
States.
like grits.
You've never had grits? That's at Walmart. Like you could
I don't know if it's at Walmart in Canada.
it
No,
ha-
I'm not even joking.
really?
Well, like grits is a savory though, no?
It's just like to me, it's a breakfast food. Like it's like, have you ever had cream of wheat?
Yeah, cream of wheat.
It's
Yeah.
very, very similar. Very,
Well, how come
very.
some people like make it with like they want cheese grits?
I don't prefer them like that. I just put just like cream of wheat. I'll put sugar and butter in mine and eat it with like a little bit of milk. Everybody
Okay.
like, or there's like shrimp and grits.
Never had. Never had.
We've made them, but like we just probably sucked at it. So I want to try them at like a legit restaurant that knows what they're doing because it sounded like a strange combo to me. I'm like, what? But I would try it. I would like to try it down south. I've never had it like out though, but there has. Please, next time you go to a Canadian store,
So
not
lettuce and squid
lumpy.
are delicious if they're made right, not lumpy. I feel like I would like
Yeah,
it lumpy, but I don't know.
I've had them. I've made them lumpy. That's just because I suck. But they have like even instant grits. Like you pour it in a little pack, and you. Next time you're at a grocery store,
Maybe
please
it's
look
called
for this.
something else in Canada. Like, what do you know what brand it usually is?
Quaker,
Like, it's not like
like Quaker
steel cut
oatmeal.
oats.
No. What do you mean, Glenda? What do you like? Now I need to know what do you like in your savory grits? I like them with sugar and milk and butter. Like it was like
Oh,
foreign to
see,
me.
yeah, we definitely have Quaker, but like having it say instant grits, I've never seen that in my life. I'll look, but
Yeah,
like
that's it.
I have Quaker like other stuff, but I've never seen grits.
So it's there.
No, it's on Google.
Well, oh, okay. I thought you were looking at a local store.
No,
Shrimp
no,
and
no,
grits
no,
are
no. I'm
delicious.
looking at Google. It's something that's not Canadian. Stop and Shop. I don't know what that is. Let's see. I don't think it's in Canada. Hold on. Let's see.
That is hilarious to
Toronto.
me.
Let's see. Okay, hold on. Let's see Instacart if it's anywhere.
Linda said she loves shrimp and grits.
Yeah, I mean that's something that I would like. I'm sure. I love shrimps.
I wonder. So do
feel like
they
I'd
like
want like a
boil
rice
it?
though with it,
You would like with rice?
or like
So
I don't know, like I feel like the consistency. I wouldn't feel like I was eating dinner
Mm.
if there's no like.
Yeah, because it's like soupy or porridgey type.
Yeah,
Did they like boil it in broth, Glenda?
probably like a stock.
Yeah, because you just add water and you boil the grits. So it don't sit right because I just grew up eating them with sugar and butter, like cream of
Well, like
milk.
see, like this is what comes up with. That's like in like so it's like
Oh, oatmeal.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
I'll keep my eyes open now, but I don't think I've ever seen grits in a
when you come
Canadian
to the
store.
States, you gotta take some home. That's so funny to me because I don't think about like such small things might not be in Canada. Like that's just I don't know.
Well, it's kind of like with Sarah, I was talking about how because my dad's side's from England, and so like a lot of British breakfast things I've had growing up,
Mhm.
and so I have baked beans. Like I consider that as a breakfast item, and Sarah's like, that's like savory, and I'm like, well, the baked beans, it's like a maple baked beans that it's like it's kind of sweet a little bit, or like it could be tomato sauce, but we make it with eggs or beans and
Egg.
toast. Like see what I'm saying? But like
Beans and
I
toast?
have like beans and toast.
Listen, we are so off, but there's a Instagram cook that I follow, and she made beans and toast. I'm like, who the hell puts beans on toast? That's exactly what I said because
I almost had beans and toast this morning. Like literally,
Will you open a can of beans and just put it on toast?
I warm it up.
Mm-mm.
But like I think the beans that you guys use are a little bit different because like I have like British style beans, which are but like the beans I think that you use are like maybe more bigger. Like are they kidney? Like I don't know. They're just like I think they're different.
I
They're
don't
more
know what kind
like
of beans.
smoky, like
Yes,
smoke, like
I don't
mesquite.
know. Yes, like we
They're not mesquite. Like they're like
mostly have.
I don't like barbecue sauce in general, so
You do?
no, not really.
Oh,
I don't like that flavor really.
oh. Well, I don't know if baked beans are for you then, but there's all different
Not
kinds
the
of
baked beans that I have. Like the baked beans I have are not barbecue-y.
Like I like to buy the maple brown sugar ones or the bacon and honey ones, or they have even jalapeno ones, but we usually have them like my family at a cookout. Like cookout, you bring baked beans and we like to load them. We'll take the baked beans, saute onions and green peppers, put in kibasi, hot dogs, and like ground meat, maple syrup, a little bit of barbecue sauce. Like this whole breakfast beans is new to me, Chantele.
So there you go.
Yeah.
It's gonna say beans is cookout food, so we bake
Yes.
them.
Same.
Yeah, different types of beans. I'm British beans, British style.
So
Not cookout style.
bread, beans, toasted bread.
Toasted beans and toast.
Do you dip it?
Or, well, I'll probably put like a spoonful on like the toast. Or like I'll have like literally I'll have like an egg with some beans, toast, and avocado.
Yeah, it's just a strange combination for me. I guess I'd try it, but
It's not gonna taste bad. It's just something unfamiliar.
Yes, yeah. It's not that it tastes bad. I've just never seen that
Not like
combination.
chitlins.
Yeah, that's a no.
So then I was like, I'm sorry, what? My girlfriend Tasha is in Africa, and she's gonna maybe come for the last weekend.
I need
All
to
of a
see
sudden
it.
he's so excited to see she's coming, but like he pretended like she didn't exist for 6 episodes. Like, who is this woman?
I don't know, but I hope she comes so we can see. I want to see what
their interaction. I want to see if they're cuddling or
I just need to see it. I really need to see it because I don't know. I just can't imagine what he's like in a relationship or what she must be like to like him.
He's so stiff.
Yeah, like I want to see what she's like. I don't know. I need to see her hit her.
Me too. So I'm sure she's probably going to come. If they kept that line in, she must show up for the finale.
Amongst the mayhem that's coming.
So everybody's dressed up, including White Rick Ross. They all have dinner.
Listen, pause. That outfit was hideous. Bria was like hyping up his outfit. I'm like, that's horrible. Did you think?
I didn't mind that outfit. That's just, I don't mind some things being too flash. I'd rather what he was wearing than all like the stiff, like bright colored suits that Nick wears, you know? It didn't bother me that much.
She was like, yes. I was like, no. Like when she was hyping him up, I was like, oh, to each their own, whatever you like.
That doesn't bother me, but I'm Aquarius, so Aquarius likes things that are unique and bold usually. But I don't like stiff suits like that. It's not my vibe. So Summer is making Blackout Punch. And then we get a toast from Preston, kind of thanking everybody for being there, talking about the origins of Pride and how it started from Stonewall in New York in 1969, and how those riots. He says that a riot is kind of like a revolution coming from love, and so I kind of liked how he kind of brought everybody together. He kind of allowed people to come together for one particular cause, and that was for Pride. So I thought it was a nice way to gather the troops.
One of the better gatherings, like more everybody's getting along, everybody's playing nice. So good job, Preston.
And Preston also gives the men 5 minutes to make up a dance. I wish he gave them 10.
It wouldn't have helped.
Well, maybe the waterfall would have worked better.
Yeah, maybe that. It wouldn't have helped some of them, but it was cute. It was a fun little moment.
So their name is One Time Crush / just kidding, Big Time Crush. Jay Smooth. How did you like Jay Smooth's moves?
He was okay.
Not into him, but he was okay.
He was okay. I thought Amir was like the best.
How about Sergeant Structure?
Get down.
White Rick Ross.
Would you say White Rick Ross? I laughed at that, but I was too focused on that ugly outfit. I'm sorry. I cannot. It was so bad to me.
What does DM Bandit mean though? Like, what's that?
I don't know.
DMs. Ooh.
Private messages?
Yes. Okay. I didn't actually.
Who did they call that?
That must have been Nick. I didn't really realize it before.
Even better.
Okay. Loverboy. Oh, we lost Janelle. So Loverboy is obviously Amir, and so they're saying he's Magic Mike. Mike meets the Vineyard, which is cute, and then Two Balls, which is Alex. Two Balls, I don't like that one, but everybody else's name I'm okay with. So Preston, all in all, was happy with the night.
Sorry.
Were you not allowed to talk about Loverboy or DM Bandit? But overall, Preston was happy with the night. And then everybody's going to sleep. And Mr. Silas, want to be on my bad side, brings up the pants again. And I love when she said it, like, your mentality is a turn off.
Yes, a big turn off. And I love when she said, do you want me to open the door so everybody can hear how you're speaking to me? Like, he's just, I don't even understand why that was something to circle back around on, Silas.
Because he wanted to reprimand her and, like, make her, like, not treat her as a wife, treat her as a subordinate. Like, it's like, like his, I don't know any cadet term or army terms, but like treat him like somebody in his blah blah blah, platoon or something.
Yeah, I need to make sure you get this right next time because you jacked up my pants. Let's talk about this.
To get out of this. I was just like, his mentality is a turn off. It's been getting worse and worse every week. There's no self-reflection and any sort of empathy or compassion for his wife. It's just like, this is supposed to be the honeymoon stage, and like I would be like,
and I've noticed they have, like, when they have these little conflicts, how we saw Bria and Shanice circle back around and have a discussion and resolve it. If it's happening with those two, Jasmine and Silas, we're not seeing it.
Exactly.
So Like I said, I don't have good feelings about this.
Well, like they're putting in their best bits, so I'm wondering if like he's worse, and like this is what they're willing to show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hope that's not the case, but
This is his best, the best of Silas right here.
mm.
So in the morning, this person, Silas, is like, I need to use your toothbrush because I used mine to clean my pants.
I like how she did not say a word back,
Like,
dead silence, and he just immediately he stood there for a good minute, like, and then he just walked away.
Just probably just seething with anger. I wanted her to like turn around and be like, ah! Like just like just jump on him like she's possessed by like
Yeah.
Like have you seen The Last of Us or any like zombie movie where like someone like is nice and normal and then all of a sudden there's like and just like jump and like starts just like eating their neck or something?
Yes, I know exactly what you mean. The most recent movie I saw like that was a movie called Smile. That was an interesting one. Have you seen that one?
No, but
I am the same, Glenda. Please never.
That doesn't bother me. It's kind of gross, but it doesn't bother me that much. I'd let my
I would go to Walmart first. I swear to God, I'm with you, Glenda. That's just I cannot do that. I don't even like as weird as this is, I don't even like to watch people brush their teeth, let alone like I touch toothbrushes like that.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know why. It's just always been like a thing that I have. So I am definitely not using husband, child, nada. I'm with you, Glenda.
Okay. I mean, I understand, but that doesn't bother me that much. So then Shanice is leaving and she even says bye to Alex. I'm like, I wouldn't even have said bye to Alex. I just like walked past him. You're like, and then we see Jasmine and she comes in, she kind of looks tired, and then she says, I'm tired. Like she does look tired.
She does. She doesn't look like she's having that great of a time. It's like you said, been going downhill.
And then like to end the episode, like she's tired, but you see her making a breakfast for her husband. She brings him the food and he's working and he pushes it to the side and she's like, oh, I take it you're not going to eat this? And he's like, I don't do well with starch or with bread and potatoes. She's like, potatoes? It's not bread.
Bread, right.
Like starches. I was like, shut the fuck up. I hate
you. This is what I mean when I say, like, it doesn't feel like they know each other. Like, if that is something, if she's been making him breakfast, this is their routine that they've been doing. How is it that she doesn't? I'm not excusing him, but
or maybe she hadn't made that combo before.
Maybe,
like maybe she hasn't given both potatoes and bread. Maybe she gave bread one time, but too toasted, and then this time she gave potatoes and bread. Like
he's just ungrateful. I just don't like his approach. Like he could have just said, I don't even know how, eat the damn food. And then next time say, hey, I'd prefer whatever. I don't know.
He's going to be like, oh, she's trying to starve me.
Like, I don't even feel like he said thank you when she sat the dish down for him. Like, she brought you breakfast up to your work desk. And I don't even remember hearing him say thank you to her. I'm over it.
I'm completely not giving any more benefits of the doubt to that man.
Yeah, red flags all over. She does not look happy. She looks frustrated. And the things that she's saying, I don't know if this is going to stand the test of time. Yeah, me neither, Jasmine.
It should. Well, I mean, I don't think I could be with somebody that didn't see how much them disrespected me hurted me.
Yeah, or what they're doing ain't working. So we got to find another way, buddy. Yeah.
Yeah, when they watch it back, I think that she might be like, "Oh my god,
yeah,
is that what I'm in? Is that my life?"
And I hope that there's some sort of sit down interviews with them, with Andy or something, because I'd like to hear how they feel they were portrayed, or what they think of the things that they're seeing in themselves or their relationship.
I feel like if there is a reunion, they will have been separated.
Jesus.
Like I could totally be like, yeah, we're separated and we're just learning to date again or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Like that's what, like I told you last week, I don't root for anybody's downfall. I love love. I love to see it work and people to be happy, but I don't know if that's a possibility in this current relationship, but we shall see, I guess.
We shall see. Ooh, really? He didn't ever. Okay. Oh, Gwen Shane. I'll go watch that. I do watch Campire sometimes.
So he acknowledged some behavior that he needs to work on, huh? I'm
I wonder if he's
surprised.
going to change because he's so single.
Did he reference his relationship, Glenda?
I wonder.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I'll
check
have
it
to look for that.
Well, that's pretty much it for this episode. Was there any other points that went on this episode that you want to touch on?
No, I think we touched base on pretty much everything that was interesting enough to talk about. I'm just interested to see next week. The previews look good. There's going to be a little fighting, it seems. Oh, okay. We'll see.
I mean, hopefully she's happy. I want her to be happy.
Same.
Not wishing them their downfall for them to not be successful. I just want her to not be in a relationship where someone treats her that way.
See?
He told her family ahead of time that they're not going to like what they see. Oh, God.
So then he recognizes some errors in his behavior. That's good, but I don't know. Then if you know that people aren't going to like what they're going to see of you, then why are you behaving that way? You know?
Yeah. Eek. Well, I'm interested to see how this episode or this season plays out. I've enjoyed it so much so far. Thank you, Glenda, for being here, and anybody else that's here watching live or in the rewatch. I guess it's rewatch. I was like rerun. No, I'm like it's not a rerun. Make sure you do us a favor and subscribe to the channel. Like this video. Let us know if you have a better hashtag for this episode. What was our hashtag?
Week and whack and week. One of those. Week and whack and week.
No, it was whack and weirdo. Weird.
Whack weird and whack. There we go.
Whack and weird.
Yeah.
If you have something better, please put it in the comments below. Let us know what you're thinking about this episode. How are you feeling about Silas? We want to know all the tea, please. And we will see you next week for the final episode recap. Bye, everybody.